Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Jamie and I'm here to talk about the birth of my little girl Naomi. She's about 2.5 months now, which I cannot believe. She's getting so big and chunky and her hair is growing more. So I'm just so excited to share this story with you all. So far on this channel I've documented about a quarter of my pregnancy. I documented on YouTube, but not the whole thing. But I will go ahead and put the playlist up at the top. So if you enjoy this type of content, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and we're gonna get into the story. I gave birth on December 25th, 2020. So she is my Christmas baby. She's my Christmas blessing. And so that is really beautiful to have my baby born on that day. Me and my husband didn't know she was going to be born then. It was kind of like a game that, our families were trying to guess, when she would be born. But yeah, Christmas is her birthday. So just to speak a little bit about my pregnancy, I was pregnant past 40 weeks, about 40 weeks and 4 or 5 days. So the OB scheduled an induction for me, which I really did not want. I wanted to go into labor naturally. So I looked up videos on YouTube and saw different women trying all these different things. So I tried some as well. I ate a whole pineapple. I bounced on an exercise ball and I drank the raspberry leaf tea for about 3 or 4 days before I actually went into labor. And the last thing that I did was exercise. So I went to the park for 2 days straight and I walked around this loop. And I hiked up and down a hill about 8 or 10 times. So with all that, I ended up going into labor in my kitchen. I was making a cup of that raspberry leaf tea and I felt super emotional that day for the whole day. I wasn't sure why. It kind of came out of nowhere. I was just standing at the kitchen counter and it felt like, to me, when you first get your period, how you feel the little bit of blood, not to be TMI or anything, but you feel that first amount that comes out and it feels kind of like a bubble down there. That's what it felt like, but it felt like even more. And it was like, I don't know, it made me think of like a scene from a movie where the ocean wave just gets, just goes up and then it's like, how it like the wave just breaks and it's just like, so yeah, that's what it was like for my water to break. And that was so exciting. And I went into the bathroom to change my clothes and I called the doctor and they told me to just go ahead and come in because I was basically on a time frame from when my water broke to when I need to have this baby. I need to have this baby kind of soon. So my husband and I just got ready. We got cleaned up. Our bags were already packed. But we left our place in just a big mess because it was Christmas. We had our Christmas tree up. We had our presents and we had just boxes of random things. I don't know. It was just a mess. And we also had a sink full of dishes. So it was like we were just leaving our apartment just so messy, but it was time to go. So we went to the hospital on Thursday afternoon, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I ended up laboring all throughout Thursday night into Friday morning, afternoon, and they ended up giving birth on Friday night about 8 or 9 p.m. So the nurses put me on the medication called Pitocin, and what that does is it helps me to dilate because I wasn't even a centimeter dilated at my last prenatal appointment. So, I mean, I know that could mean something, but I don't think that means everything as far as the progression of your labor and, what have you. So I was on that medication, and a side effect of the Pitocin is contractions. And so contractions were an experience for me. The contractions were definitely what I have read about. They do remind me of a menstrual cramp, only a lot stronger, a lot more intense, and they remind me of like like a washcloth that's being wrung out very tightly, maybe 3 or 4 of those, and then a relaxation. So good Lord, to experience those contractions was like, oh my gosh, this is really what it feels like, and I really don't like this. It was just so much. after each contraction finished, I was like, oh my God, I got through that one contraction. And literally I had to pray. I had to like breathe through it so hard, like, whew. And then when it was over, I was like, oh my God, I made it through that one. And I just did that for each one, literally, woo, all through the night. I saw my husband, he was sleeping, and God bless him, he was so tired, but ooh, I was like, I felt kind of alone, to be honest, like, because I'm going through this, and, I just had to pray and just, yeah. I know so many women have given birth, but it's different when it's a mystery, and then it's just different when you go through it yourself. It's like, good Lord, this is what it feels like. So Friday morning, I was going through the contractions, and they were starting to get more intense, and so I told the nurse, I said, I'm ready for my epidural now. I'm ready. I don't think I can take any more of this pain. They ended up giving me the epidural when I got into the delivery room. And when I got into the delivery room, I was like, kind of like breaking down. Like I was holding on to my husband's shirt so tightly. Like it was just so much. And there was a very sweet nurse in there, and she was just very sweet. She was very helpful, and she's probably one of my favorite nurses that I had throughout my entire hospital stay. And so, but her shift ended and another nurse came in. They gave me the epidural, and they were very serious about, what the procedure is for giving the epidural, because it is kind of serious. Like the people who gave me it, they were just kind of like, put your head down and don't move. And I don't even think I remember feeling it really, but I do know afterwards it was very helpful. It really numbed the contractions. They were kind of just very dull feeling, but at the same time I felt a lot of pressure. And speaking about pressure, at some point I felt so much pressure down there that it was like kind of uncomfortable, and I wanted the nurse to check me. So after she checked me, it turned out that I had another water bag, and so that's very interesting. I had 2 water bags. I didn't even know that could happen, but it was another gush of water, and I was like, whoa, it splashed onto the floor and everything. So that was kind of weird but cool. After that, my baby was pretty much ready to come out, and I felt so much pressure down there that I felt like I needed to push. And there was nobody in the room. Like the nurse had left the room for something. So my husband went out in the hallway trying to get the nurse in and saying, okay, we need a doctor because my wife is about to, she needs help. And it just felt like the nurse and the doctor were in no rush to help me deliver the baby. And they were setting up the stuff for Naomi to come out and everything. But I was like, I really cannot wait. So I don't know. It was just a very interesting experience. The one nurse was holding one leg, and then she said, okay, Abdul, she told Mr. James, okay, hold your wife's other leg. And my husband was shocked. He didn't think he was going to be actually helping me deliver the baby, but we had the nurse on one side and my husband on the other side. And yeah, so I was so tired by the point that I had to push. Like, I wish I would have prepared better. So for my next baby, I'm definitely going to keep up my exercising, because when I got into the 3rd trimester, I was just done. I was just so tired, and because I was so big, and so that was kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I pushed for about 15 minutes, and then Naomi slid out. Like, she just slid out there. And, I expected her to be bigger. She was only 6 pounds, 15 ounces. And I thought she would be bigger because my tummy was just so huge. But but they put her on my chest, and I kind of didn't know how to feel at first, because I think it was because of the Pitocin and the epidural medicine. I just felt not myself. Like, I created you. You were inside my belly, and now I'm looking at you. That's just such a surreal, kind of weird, crazy, cool experience to have. But yeah, I was just a little out of it. But good Lord, she's just such a blessing, this baby. So yeah, that's how Naomi was born. I just cannot believe she is 2.5 months now. I'm gonna go ahead and insert a clip of me talking to her, us together having mommy baby time, and because she's not in this room with me right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Naomi, 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 Naomi got the hiccups. Oh, Naomi got the hiccups. Yeah, she does. She just got a bath tonight, and she's feeling nice and alright. We just read a story. It's called Good Night, Little Naomi. Good night, little Naomi. That's my sweet booty, my sweet baby. There's my baby girl. Hey, Boodle. Hey, Boodle. You're so sweet. You're mommy sweet baby. Yeah, we just had a mommy baby photo shoot. Hey. Say good night, Naomi. You're gonna go to bed. Okay. Good night.